Hi friends, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good. Today we will be discussing another topic in Salesforce, which is Salesforce flows. First, we will try to understand why do we need a flow. Flows are mainly used to automate our complex business processes. Flows can be used to collect some information from our user, which provides some guided visual experiences to our users. And we can also use flows for behind the scenes automation. So we'll be discussing all of these in our demo. Like if you wanted to post a chatter, if you want to send email alerts, you want to create an update records. Likewise, we can make use of flows and do a lot of things using this flow. So flow is a very powerful and nowadays most common declarative tool which is being used. That is using few clicks. What you can do is you can automate our business logic. So today what we are going to do is we will be creating a very basic screen flow where we will collect some information from the user and then we will try to embed the flow in our guest community. As you all know, we have created couple of communities: guest community, customer community, partner community. So whatever the screen flow that we will be creating, we will try to embed that screen flow in our guest flow. So what we are going to discuss, we will be discussing a guided visual experiences, and that is something which you will try to import or embed into our guest community. So that way we will build our end-to-end business use case. So that is what we are going to do in our today's video session. So now let us try to log into our dev org. In the quick find box from the left hand side, search for the flows. So when you click on flows, here you see on the top right hand side a new flow. Let's click on new flow. So as I was mentioning, right, we will be creating a very basic screen flow where we will collect some information from our users. So there are different types of flows which are available. We have a screen flow, we have schedule triggered flow, you have auto launched flow, you have record triggered flow, and platform event triggered flow. So there are a lot of things that is available, and Salesforce is coming up many new things in the flow. So today's session we will be mainly concentrating on the screen flow. As it says here clearly, it is a guided users through a business process that launched from the lightning page. You can launch it from the lightning page, you can launch it from the experience cloud site. So that is what we are going to discuss. Experience cloud site is nothing but our community, customer community, partner community, or guest community users. And you can also launch the flow from the quick actions and many more things. You can launch this screen flow. The second one is schedule triggered flow. Schedule triggered flow is basically it runs automatically. You wanted to handle a job that run frequently, so you can make use of this schedule triggered flow. This auto launched flow is mainly which is run in the background. Let's talk about auto launched flow. This auto launched flow, it is called using the Apex, that is launches when invoked by Apex, process REST API, and more. This auto launch flow also runs in the background. Record triggered flow is something when a record is created or the updated. So it mainly launches when a record is created, updated, or deleted. Even this is something which runs in the background. So as we were discussing, right? There are two main two useful things that you can do using the flows. One is guided visual experiences, that which you can make use of the screen flow, and all of these are something which is runs behind the scenes automation. Platform event triggered launches when a platform event message is received. This is also an auto launched flow which runs in the background. But our use case today is creating a basic screen flow. So we will be clicking on this screen flow and click on next. So here it is asking me, how do you want to start building? So here this is something free from wherein I can choose how I want my layout to look like. And if you want to use this is a beta feature which is available. So let's click on this. So here we will try to understand couple of things. So this is called as a flow builder. As soon as you click on new flow and you select what type of automation you would like to do, whether you are going to do the scene behind the scenes automation or you are trying to do a guided visual experience. After you select that, whatever the process you are seeing here, it is called as a flow builder. There are a couple of things which are available. So this is called as a toolbox. On the left hand side, you see a screen component, you have an action component, you have a subflow component. Screen component is if you wanted to provide some, you wanted to collect some information from the user, that is mainly available for the screen flow. You can collect, so you can drag and drop the component from the left hand side to the right hand side. So that is a screen element. Action element, it is mainly used to perform some actions. You wanted to send some email, you wanted to send out a survey, so you can make use of this action component and you can place it and then you can call that, invoke anything. Subflow, subflow is something we can call another flow within our same flow. So if you want to, you want to make use of the same flow in a separate flow, you can add this particular interaction or the element in your flow. And there are different things, logic, you have assignment, you have decision, you have loop, you can collect the sort. If you want to provide an assignment, you can use that is creating, setting the variables. Decision, whether you want, if it is a partner user, perform this, if it is not a partner user, perform this. So that is something based upon the condition, so you can make use of this decision logic here. Loop, you wanted to bulkify your code, or you wanted to reiterate over a collection of values or records, you can make use of the loop. Collection is sort the item. So all of this is something which you can use from the logic element. Then there is a data element. Here you can make use of the create records. If you want to update the records, you want to get the records, you want to delete the records, all of this is something which you can make use of this data elements. So what is our business use case? Business use case is, you have a guest community user wherein you would want your users to fill in some basic information to create a lead. Okay, we'll just take a very simple example so that it will be easier for you to understand. So I will be collecting some basic information from the user. One is the first name, second one is the last name, third is the phone number, fifth is the email, then the company information, and then a basic description of what exactly the user is looking out for. So these are 7 important things that we are gonna build a screen for our users. So okay, now we'll see how can we do that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, from the left hand side, I will drag the component and bring it to the right hand side. This is the flow builder, right? So from the left hand side, I'm going and copying, dragging and dropping onto the main window. So here it is asking me to choose any of the components. So here if you can see, there are 25 input components, right? If you want to have the address, you can make use of this address component, checkbox, or anything, email, lookup, multi-select, pick list, name, number, phone number, text. So let's try to check this. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want this. This is my header. What do you want to do? Something you wanted to say, let's say welcome. I'm giving the name as job users, and then show header, show footer. So this is what I have given. Now first one is a text, first name. So I want my users to enter their first name. So how are they going to enter their first name? It is, we can provide a text box to our users wherein they can go ahead and enter the first name. So here if you want to design your screen, right, if you want to make your screen look very good, UI UX feeling should be appropriate, and it should look wise, it should be good. So what we are going to do is, we are going to add a section component. We have a section component which is provided. So let's add the section component. So you can, what you can do using the section component is, you can divide based upon the rows and the columns. So that is what is a section component. Let's try to add the section component. Here it is asking me, right, add column. So I want it like first name on the right hand side, last name on the first name on the left hand side, right name, last name on the left, right hand side. So likewise, I would like to define this section so that visually it looks very neat and clean. Then I also want another, no, let's not have this. Sure, I want another section that is for my phone and the email. So first left hand side, I want first name, I want the phone. Right hand side, I want the last name, and I also want the email. So I will divide the second section into 2 columns. So we have got the 2 sections. So here what we are going to do is, in this empty section, I will drag and drop the text component because this is a first name. So let's drag this first component. So here you have the text box. Now here you have to enter the label name. What is the label name that you want our users to view? So I'm giving it as first name. API name, oh sorry, API name will be, it is a required field, right? Then if you want to set, all of this is something which is we can discuss later. So for now, I'm just providing a basic screen flow for them. So I've given the first name. Now let's go to the second hand side. Let's bring the same text box on the right hand side. Here what I'm going to give the label, I'm giving the label as last name. Even this is a required field. Okay, so these two are done. First name is done, last name is done. Now let us go back here. Here I want a phone. So here also what I will be doing is, for now I will be making use of the text component here, and on the email also I will use the text component. So here what I will do is I will give it as phone number, phone. Even this is required field. On the right hand side, I want the users to enter their email address. Even this is a required field. Now the next is company, because whenever you create a lead, company is something which is mandatory in the Salesforce. So I would want them to also provide the company information. So what I will do is I will drag the text component. So we have the text component. I will drag it here. I don't want it to be in the section. So what I will be doing is I will drag it to the bottom of the component. Yeah. Here I will give it as company. Even this is a required one. Okay. Then again I want another text wherein I will give the label name as description. I hope you all are following it, what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to create a very simple screen flow, which will collect the basic information from the user, which is first name, last name, phone number, email, company, and the description. Now, once you collect all of this information, click on done. So you have collected all the information, click done. Okay, so you have built a component. But how are you going to connect all of this, collect the components what you have created? So you have a start. So here you see the start button, right? The flow should start. So whenever the flow should start, you need there should be some connection between the components, isn't it? So what we are going to do here, you see the zero, something like a round icon, right? So from here, I am going to take my mouse, drag it to the component which is on the right hand side. So now when I drag this, so immediately what will happen, as soon as this particular flow starts, it will show up this particular component to the users. So this is our welcome component. That is what we are doing here. Click on done. Now once this component is done, what we will do is something should happen, right? An action should perform. We just like this, you cannot give the information to the users, right? Once they enter the information at the back end, there is something, an action should happen, isn't it? So what is that? We will be creating those records into the Salesforce. So what we are going to do, we will be using this data component, which is create records, drag and drop the create records component from the left hand side onto the builder here, and here it will ask me to give me the label name for creating the record. So what we will do here, I will say that what is my use case. As soon as the user tries to enter the basic information, a record should be created into the Salesforce, right? So I will give the simple name as create lead. API name may be auto populated. Rest all remains the same. So now it is asking me, create a record from these values. From where do you want to create, on which specific use this, use separate resources and literal values. And when you use this, it will ask me create a record to this object. So when you ask our users to fill in some basic information, what is that you wanted to do? You want those values to be stored in our object called as a lead and save it as a record in the Salesforce, right? So I am choosing an object called as a lead here because I want those details to be created as a lead record. So I've chosen that, right? Once I have chosen that, here it is asking me to set the field values for the leads that we have, you want to create. So what we have on the lead object, we have something called as the first name, right? So here if you just type in the first name, it will showing up. But what is the value? Enter a value or search the resources. If you recall, in our screen flow, we would have created all the 7 different fields, right? First name, last name, phone number, email, company, and the description. So if you want to store all of those values in our lead, you will have to provide that value here, so that as soon as a record is created with the first name, it will go ahead and sit in the lead object for the field called as a first name. So that is what we are going to do here. Search with the first name. So see here, it is showing as first name. This is what is the syntax for that. Now let's add fields. Then the next one is a last name, right? We also have a last name in our Salesforce for the lead. What are we going to do here? Fill that information with the last name. Then we have phone. So that is a mobile phone. So here I already have a phone. So here we are basically mapping the values of the screen component to the component which is already from the mapping the values from the screen component to the lead object. Third one is the email. Let's choose the email here. Company. You see here, all of this is something which is available. Then you have the description. You have the description. So now once you give that, click on save. Then you have to connect between these two, right? So as soon as the flow starts, you are asking the users to fill in the information. Once the user fill in the information, what do you want to do them? What do you want our Salesforce to do? It has to create some record into the Salesforce. So you need to connect this screen component to the create record component. Okay, so you have done that. So we have made use of the make use of the create records component also. Now what we have to do, we also have to, it is a provide a good visual experience to our users, right? So what we will be doing is we'll just try to get those records what we have created. We will make use of the get records data component. Okay, here previous component we have used create record, so I have said as create lead. Here we are getting the record, so get lead. Okay, here I'm just getting those lead. All the conditions are met. I want the id, lead id equals to the value that we have created into the Salesforce in our previous screen, which is create lead. Whatever the values that whatever I have created in my previous component, that is data component create leads, I want to fetch those records. So I am fetching it based upon the condition, that is id, which is equal to, that is id from the lead object is equal to the value which is the previous component create lead. And then click on done. You also have to ensure you're connecting it. Then what we will also do is, after you get the records, it is always very good to provide a success message to our users. So what I will be doing is, I will add a screen component, and here let's remove all of this and just add the text component or display text component, where we will say success. Here what we will be doing is great, something like this, congratulations, record is created successfully in the system and your record details or something like this. What we are doing, so get lead. So it is syntax is from the previous screen, right? Get dot name, something like this. This is the syntax, and click on save. So you are setting, you are providing some informations to the user. So what you can do is you can make it as, bold, and if you want to give some nice coloring, give the color. Congratulations, and click on save. What is these errors? I don't want these components, right? Okay. If I want this components also, click on done. Cancel it. Let's bring the screen component. I don't want any of these. So what I want is, I just want the display text, success, get lead. I just want to display the name here. So what I will be doing is, congratulations, record details or something like this, just a small message, something like this. Give the increase the message, finish, done. Just give the screen component. So you have created a welcome screen wherein the users will enter the information. Then you are creating those records into the Salesforce. The same records, you are trying to get the records and displaying to the users that, okay, whatever the record that you have created, it has been created successfully into the system. So that is what is the end-to-end screen flow that you have built. Now what we have to do, whatever the work that we have created, we have to save it, right? Let's save it. So I'm giving the name as first flow demo. All of this is nothing. Click save. Once you save, the finished screen is missing the name. Restore the footer and add the screen components. Okay. So what we will do is, yeah, I think we should have the finish component, right? We need to have the footer component. How do I have the footer component? Back, footer, something is missing, I think. Show footer. Yeah, done. Save. I think now it will get saved successfully. Okay, when I save it, you have to activate the flow. So here you see the version of the flow will be 1. Now once you have created your screen flow, you have to do some debug and you have to ensure that your flow is working fine, right? So here you see a button called as a debug, which will help you understand whether you have built your screen flow properly or not. Click on debug. A new window will get opened up. So here input variables, Here you see this is how our screen component will be working. Mhm. Gmail.com, something like this. Give some basic information, okay? India, hey, they need some help on your channel, something like this. When I click on next, here you see, congratulations, record details, WEWEA, where. So what is the record that you have created? It is showing me that the record is saved successfully. Now, how do you verify that the record is created successfully or not? You can go back to your DevOps, go to the application that you have access to and look out for the lead component. Here you see assistant new lead is created. When you click on this particular lead, when you go to the details section, you will know that whatever the details that the user has entered on the screen component, all of those details are being saved in the Salesforce as a lead. And at gmail.com, my phone number is updated, company I've given it as India. So this way you can make use of our screen flow and create a flow to our user screen component or screen flow wherein you try to collect the informations and perform some operations on the um, perform some operation. So this is the end-to-end scenario which will which this is so using the flows we have created the end-to-end demo wherein you collect the information from the users, try to create the records into the Salesforce, get the records of what you have created, and provide a success message to our users saying that, hey, whatever the record that you have created, it's been created successfully. This is what we have for our today's session. In the next session, what we are going to do is the same flow what we have created today, we will try to embed the flow in the guest community and try to see how does that look on a customer or the guest community. So that is a second scenario that what we will be discussing. So that's all we have for today. Please do take care until we come up with our next session as we have described. Until then, take care. Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye bye.